Hi everyone. On this episode of LazTechTV, we will be overviewing some of the main features of Google Classroom. Google Classroom is an online web application for teachers to manage their classroom assignments, announcements, and discussions with students. To access, using the Chrome Omnibar, go to classroom.google.com. You'll need to log in with your Gaffe account. If this is your first time, the application will ask you if you're a student or a teacher. If you are a teacher, please mark this now. If you do not, you will need to send a message to our tech staff to get your permission switched. The teacher role is important because it will later allow you the option to create classes. Students can only join classes. You'll then be greeted with the Google Classroom dashboard. As you can see, I have already started using the classroom with my own students. The dashboard provides a quick way to access your online classrooms. To create a class, I'm going to click the white plus button in the upper right-hand corner of my screen. I'm going to give my class a name, and if you mostly teach semester classes like myself, I would encourage you to put the semester and year in the classroom title. This will come in handy later when working with archived classes, which will be discussed in another video. The section name is optional, but a good place for you to put the hour that the subject is being taught. For example, if I teach business technology second and fourth period, I would indicate that here. Lastly, I'll create, and Classroom will take just a few moments to get everything set up for me. When you access a class, you'll first be taken to the classes stream, which is the main area of Google Classroom. You can customize the header area by clicking a different theme or uploading your own photo. Once I find a theme that I like, I'll mark the blue Select Class Theme button and notice that the header area will change. You'll also see the name of the class, your name as the teacher, and if you've uploaded a photo to your Google profile, it will appear here. Each classroom has 3 sections: the stream, students, and about. Students will use the stream area to interact with each other through questions, see announcements, and work on assignments. We'll talk more about these in just a few moments. You'll also see a unique class code that you can give to your students so that they can enroll in this class. In the students section, you and your students will be able to see a listing of the currently enrolled students for this class. As the teacher, you'll be able to invite students to enroll by sending them an email to their Google account. You can also perform some other administrative actions, including muting students who may be abusing posting privileges, send students an email, or remove them from class. Lastly, on this page, you can allow all students to post and comment via the stream, to only comment on posts by the teacher, or only give teachers the ability to post or comment. The About section is completely optional, but allows me as a teacher to provide some additional information about this class, such as a short description and the room number. Here I can see the Google Drive folder and the calendar that are created for this class. The Drive folder takes me to a very special section of my own Google Drive that will have all the student uploads or other materials that I need this class to have access to. By clicking the calendar link, I can see the Google Calendar for this class and create events for this class. In this section, I can also add materials for my students that will be used frequently so they do not get lost in the stream. Examples of materials to be placed here include the course syllabus, links to the classroom website, or links to other websites and documents that are often used that may not relate to just one specific assignment. All I need to do is click Add Materials. I'll give my material a name and use these links in the bottom left-hand corner to attach a file directly from my computer, add something from my Google Drive, add a YouTube link, or add a link to another website. When I'm ready, I'll click the blue Post button. For now, I'll quickly find a document from my Google Drive. so you can see how that process works. Back on the stream section, I want to discuss a few of things I can do in terms of student engagement. By clicking on the plus in the lower right-hand corner, I can create announcements, assignments, or questions for my students. For an announcement, I'll type my message and attach any relevant items using the links below. If I'm not ready for this to go live, it is being saved, so I can close out and see that I have a draft. When I'm ready, I can click my drafts section and then click the blue post button. Classroom lets me know that students will see this immediately, and if I'm okay with that, I'll click the post button again. Next, in creating an assignment, there's just a few additional features for the assignment process. I'll give my assignment a name and provide some instructions for my students. I can set the due date and time for this assignment, or even turn this assignment off if tracking is not required. Just like for announcements, I can add materials from my computer or Google Drive. If I add something from Google Drive, I can give my students access to view the file. I can give them access to edit this file, which is great for collaboration. Or I can make a copy for each student, which allows students to get their own copy of the document to edit. Each student can then have their own score. I could upload YouTube content, or I could upload a link to another website that I want my students to see. Again, I can save this as a draft. I can delete this assignment or go ahead and push it out to my students. In the top right-hand corner, I can see when this assignment is due. I can also see how many students have done or not done this assignment. The stream pushes items down as they are created. So if I wanted my announcement back at the top of my screen, I would need to click this ellipsis and choose Move to Top to get that reordered. The final thing I can do is create a question that I want my students to answer and interact with each other like a discussion board. So I'll type my question. I can provide some additional instructions for my students. I can choose whether or not I want my students to be able to reply to each other, or give my students the ability to edit their answer after they post. I could set a due date and a time, just like an assignment. I can post different assignment materials, again, a YouTube link or a link to another website. I can save, delete, or go ahead and ask this question. If you have multiple classes using the same resources, this reuse post button will be very beneficial to you. It allows you to make copies of other stream posts and other classes that you have in Classroom. Some final features to go over. If I click this hamburger menu, I can go back to the dashboard, or I can click and enter another classroom relatively easily. I can see a list of all assignments that are due and coming up this week, and see how many students are finished or not finished. And I can see a weekly calendar view of everything that's coming up this week. These assignments or events are pulled from each class's Google Calendar. You can see your archived classes, which we'll discuss in a later video. And lastly, in settings, you can turn on or off email notifications or change your Google account profile picture. And that is a very brief overview of all the functions of Google Classroom. Hi everyone, thanks again for watching this tutorial. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more educational technology videos. Leave a comment or question in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. Lastly, make sure to check out some of my other videos that may be beneficial, or find me in my social media to keep the conversation going. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.